Stop scrolling. This could change your entire immigration plan. What's happening on December 13, 2025 is not a small update, it's a major shift that could speed up some applications, delay others, and rewrite how visas and green cards are reviewed in 2026. If you're applying or even thinking about applying, you cannot afford to miss what's coming next. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into a major development that could impact thousands of visa and green card applicants in the U.S. On December 13, 2025, immigration authorities are set to roll out a detailed review process that could change everything from processing times to eligibility priorities. If you're planning to apply, or even just keeping an eye on your case, you need to know exactly what's coming. Stick around, because we're breaking down every detail you need to prepare for 2026. This isn't just a minor update. What's being lined up for December could reshape the entire processing system. And while some people are hoping it finally brings faster approvals, others are worried that it will introduce new hurdles, stricter requirements, and more pressure on applicants. The truth is, a lot is on the table and applicants need to be prepared. Let's break down exactly what this review could mean, how it might affect visa and green card seekers, and what you should start thinking about right now. First, one of the biggest potential changes involves how applications are prioritized. Traditionally, immigration categories operate within fixed structures: family-based cases, employment visas, humanitarian programs, and the diversity visa system. Each one has its own queue. But according to the discussions leading up to December 13, officials are expected to consider tying some priority levels directly to economic need. That means applicants with specific skills, say, expertise in artificial intelligence, healthcare, construction, engineering, or energy sectors could move ahead in the processing line. This could be a major shift. For some applicants, it could open doors faster than ever. For others, especially in categories not linked to employment, the wait times could stretch even longer. And if this shift becomes real policy, the landscape for 2026 will look very different from the one applicants have grown used to. Now let's talk about documentation, because that's another area where big changes may be coming. The December review is expected to introduce a more advanced digital verification system. Onder oberfläche klingt das großartig, no more lost paperwork, fewer human errors, clearer visibility into your case. But there's another side to this. Automated systems notice everything: every mismatch in a date, every spelling error, every missing page. Even slight inconsistencies that a human reviewer might overlook could trigger additional evidence requests. And if you've ever received an RFE, you know it can push your case back by weeks or even months. So while digital review sounds efficient, it also means applicants need to be extremely precise with their documents. No outdated forms. No missing translations. No incomplete employment history. Everything has to be perfect the first time. Next, we have background checks, and these are rumored to become significantly more extensive. The idea is that international databases will be used more frequently, enabling deeper security screenings across more countries. This could improve accuracy and safety, but it also means that applicants from regions with limited digital infrastructure may face delays because their countries don't always provide records quickly or electronically. Some cases may require manual verification, and manual verification almost always equals more waiting. Another potential change that has caught a lot of attention is the pilot concept of a two-stage green card evaluation system. If this concept moves forward after December 13, it could be one of the most impactful policy shifts ever implemented. The plan would involve an initial automated assessment that evaluates applicants on factors like education, experience, skills, and connections to the U.S. Only after passing that automated stage would applicants move to traditional human review. Those with high scores could be moved into a faster processing lane, similar to point-based systems used in countries like Canada or Australia. This could benefit applicants who have strong qualifications, but it could also make the process more rigid for applicants who don't score well in automated systems, even if their cases are otherwise strong under current rules. Let's move on to something everyone cares about: processing times. The December review may also include proposals aimed at speeding things up. This could mean hiring more staff, shifting workloads across processing centers, restructuring forms, or isolating certain visa categories into their own processing pipelines. Student visas, for example, might receive their own fast-track workflows. Employment visas could be centralized regionally. If these changes actually work, 2026 might feel more efficient, but that remains to be seen. Now, one of the most controversial topics, interviews. Rumors suggest that more applicants may be required to attend interviews in 2026. That's a massive concern because U.S. consulates in many countries are already overloaded. In some regions, waiting months for an interview is normal. If interviews expand without increasing staffing or adapting the process, things could get chaotic very quickly. However, and this is where it gets interesting, there is also discussion about testing virtual interviews. If the system begins allowing remote interviews through secure video platforms, that would be revolutionary. It could dramatically reduce bottlenecks at consulates and give applicants more flexibility. This is something many people are hoping becomes reality, but for now, it's still just a developing possibility. Another area under review involves financial requirements. The standards for proving the ability to support oneself in the U.S. could tighten. This might include higher minimum savings thresholds, more detailed bank records, stricter sponsor income requirements, or more frequent verification of financial stability. Family-based applicants may feel this most strongly, as financial sponsorship is a key part of many of those applications. One topic people rarely think about but should is the potential expansion of digital identity verification, including checks against publicly available online information. If implemented, this means that inconsistencies between what you post online and what you submit on official forms could trigger red flags. It's not about monitoring opinions, it's about verifying identity and preventing fraud. But applicants need to be aware of how important consistency can become. So what should applicants actually do with all this information? The biggest takeaway is preparation. Meticulous, proactive, early preparation. If documents were once good enough, that won't cut it anymore. If you previously waited until the last minute to organize your case, that could become a recipe for delay. Every form, every signature, every piece of evidence must be accurate. But it's not all negative. If the system truly becomes more digital, more staffed, and more modern, processing could become smoother. Approval times could shrink. Communication could become clearer. And applicants who are well prepared could benefit more than ever. Ultimately, what happens on December 13, 2025 will set the tone for immigration in 2026. Some changes may take effect immediately. Others may roll out gradually. But no matter what, this review is not just a formal meeting, it's shaping up to be a turning point that applicants cannot afford to ignore. That's all for today, but this is just the beginning. December 13 could mark a turning point for U.S. immigration, so staying informed is crucial. Make sure to double-check your documents, update your information, and be ready for any new requirements. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with anyone navigating the process, and subscribe for the latest updates, because when it comes to visas and green cards, timing and preparation make all the difference. See you in the next update.